Nobody home. Dunbar.
And rebounded by Woods. North Carolina has taken the most shots in the country.
I'm not so sure they want to give Dunbar a 34% shooter. That shot wide open, uncontested.
Woods watched by Harper. Williams will dump it inside. Nice move. Getting the roll. It's Nassir Little. Auburn is 4 of 15 from downtown. Dunbar the drive. Couldn't finish it with the left hand. Leaked out by Little.
Size advantage.
Look out in transition. Little with the left hand. And the foul.
He has rewritten the record books, and it turns into a three from Noel. One of the great steals artists. That was a long two it has scored for Noel. They will take a look at it, and it's Little on the bull. Noah Dickerson. Johnson up ahead. Transition three. Nassir Little is fouled, and it goes. 20 points, 11 boards. Carolina with 11 offensive rebounds, and they're plus 16 in the overall rebounding stat.
For Washington, make sure you keep an eye on the wings.
Kobe White. Ball's moving around the perimeter. This is Little for three. Nassir averaging 8 seconds to get a shot off. And when he's in attack mode, as Little scores again back. And the little mid-range jumper gives him 12. He is 6 of 8 shooting here today. Washington's made 7 threes. Here's Little inside again. He caught it deep.
A little bit of confidence. They're going to keep knocking down shots. So you think a North Carolina player is going to knock down the shot in the paint like they're blocking shots on this game by Little?
And White up ahead. Brooks running the floor. And finds Little. And there is the two-handed jam.
Good look right there by Washington. That's what you want. Don't get frustrated. 6 minutes left. You still have to make a run. You're getting good looks.
Here's Little. Takes the contact and still scores. The only team in the country with 4,000-point scores. All their points coming from their current school. There were no transfers. And it speaks to the ability of Mike Hopkins and his staff, and Cameron Dollar and Dave Rice. Crawford. Gist. Ball's moving well. Perez wide open. Rattles in and out. I love the ball movement.
That's exactly what they want, moving around that perimeter. But at the same time, you got to get back, because when Kobe White gets the ball, he's a one-man fast break. Whether it is in the offense or whether he's just pushing the pace to get the offense set up.
Nassir Little just bullying his way in. Iona. And the Gales regain the lead. Boy, this is fun. Shots are going. Good pace to the game. Here's Little now. He hangs. He scores. Man, can he bounce? Scores. The quick release on the layup.
Nice hands up. He made the defenders think he was going to shoot a jump shot. Look at the pace by Carolina. They're running for it.
After a major. Cam Johnson lines it up. Too strong. Little flying high for the foul. Second half. And McGill. Little was closing quickly. The hot shooting of the first half has cooled off in the second half. Little goes. Little scoop is in. Left-handed scoop by Nassir. 6 in the mainline rotation. You wonder when fatigue becomes a factor. And AG turns it over. On the move. Here's Little. Look out. Little hangs. He's fouled. Count it. And one for Nassir Little. It's a 14-point Carolina lead.
Going into their match and their trap to try to get Carolina to shoot it quick.
And having nobody home, McGill, he'll pull up a three. And Brooks with the board.
That was the right play for McGill right there. You got a little bit of space. You just need to knock him down.
Good lead, two-handed flush. Nassir Little.
Better. And so those guys had to let Carolina know in the hallway. You're not just going to be chanting around us without us saying something.
Ricky McGill also had a major mechanical change. Little turnaround jam.
Run it down, and he lays it in just beyond the outstretched fingertips of Kobe White.
And even as the ball's going through the net, North Carolina is getting it out to try to get it up court as quickly as possible. This pace is breakneck.
Little. And a goaltending call on Zion Williamson.
Right there to affect that shot.
Knocked away from Barrett and back come the Tar Heels with numbers.
That was the kind of play we saw. What a pass.
Since midway through the first half, and Kobe White's at it again, and Little another finish.
From Zion Williamson.
I don't know if Carolina realizes how much trouble Goldwater's having right now.
Well, I think Johnson does. He needs to take him.
Final minute of play, Carolina down by 1.
Johnson needs to drive him.
White. Little for the lead.
Gotten better and better throughout the course of the season. One of the best point guards in the country.
Jordan Nwora named the most improved player in the ACC with a bucket. And there's Nassir Little. Again, Carolina. Don't forget to check out our alternate angle of tonight's game. The New York Life Above the Rim cam streaming live on the ESPN app.
So Louisville doing a really good job of bumping cutters and being really physical on cuts.
Carolina sharing the ball, one of the top assist teams in the country, better than 19 assists per game this year. Little, not his specialty, but he'll knock down a 3.
Are you kidding me? That was fantastic.
Behind the back, through traffic, and with the finish as well, and Carolina's running again. May, nice look. Nassir Little steps back to the corner and ties it up with a 3. Barrett in transition, pulls up from 16, rebound May.
Not the best shot, and a great job by Kobe White, who people forget is 6'5".
Without the hair.
Oh, what a pass.
Little to finish the assist to May.
Carolina a little bit loose with the ball. And Duke is getting a different quality of shot in this game than it did in the game in Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Which, as you said, the better quality of shot they take, the more it helps their defense.
Well, they're laying it in a lot. Great slip to the bucket by Little. Wow.
With patience.
An outstanding position defender. He's not a guy that blocks a lot of shots, gets a lot of steals, but he's always in the right place. He's one of those guys that makes the right defensive play, so he doesn't necessarily have to get a steal.
Kind of quietly had 14 points and 8 rebounds in the first game against Duke.
It may have been his best game of the year.
Nassir Little's given Carolina some good minutes off the bench tonight. Pull up. Yes.
Mentioned the assist. The graphic appears. Magical stuff. North Carolina by 4. They trailed 11-6 and on a 14-5 run, and right off the bench, Nassir. That transpired at Cameron Indoor with UNC and Duke round 1. Obviously, the Zion injury 30 seconds in changed the dynamic. Looking, Nassir Little brings the thunder. And the pace of this game vastly exceeds the pace of that game in terms of the number of possessions and the up and down style.
Huffman battling for it. No call. Little gets the whistle and the roll.
Last year, make a case that only Bagley at Duke was more successful as a freshman. They need him to play well against quality opposition. Strong pass in the strength. Smooth move by the coach's son.
I think when Buddy Boeheim has the ball in his drive, you got to make him finish.
Tuesday against Clemson at 19 points and 11 rebounds, his 4th career double-double for the Seminoles.
Well, you have to decide who you're going to play, because you can't play Kamaji and Cabangeli at the same time. And they're different kinds of players. It gives Florida State an interesting dynamic when Cabangeli comes in the game.
Kobe White. Picked up by Savoy, who's just checked in for the Seminoles. Little off balance.
Starting to play a little bit better, and as Leonard told me yesterday, his guys have just started to figure out ways to win. I asked him about his hot streak, and he claimed they weren't really hot. They were just figuring out how to win games.
7th Wood is in. He's got the ball right now. Approaching the halfway point of this face. Oh, look at Little! Triple switch! Williams. Danny Williams claims it inside. Woods with a 3. Carolina, very good shooting team. It's Little again! Looking shot outside. David Nichols, as Dan was telling you, the grad transfer from Albany, grew up in Chicago. 3 threes. Here comes Little. Driving on Powhatan. Stops on it. Oh, what a play. 9 for 10 from the line for Florida State. 13 of 19 from the line for North Carolina. So some difference there. Little. Kobe White back in with the ball. Nassir Little. Size advantage on Nichols. Doubled by Mann. Boy, that was great. May with his 11th double-double of the season. Now he's got 10 rebounds. Johnson. Oh!
Barrett absorbs the contact and finishes.
That's where R.J. Barrett, in my judgment, is at his best when he is going to the basket. So good in the lane.
Nassir Little takes a bump from Bolden and then banks it home.
The lid off the Wake Forest bucket.
Well, somebody's got to drive the lane. I mean, it's really tough to shoot your way out of a slump from the three-point line, and it is not working.
Wake's 0 for 7, and 5 of those 7 shots beyond the.
You gotta, you get inside, get fouled, get to the free throw line, do something, but don't settle for long shots.
The onslaught continues. And Childress scored a lot of points in the non-conference, among the ACC scoring leaders, as Nassir Little floats it up and in.
3-point lead for Miami. Almost 8 minutes gone here in this first half in Chapel Hill. Busy day of ACC basketball. Some of you will see BC at Syracuse, others NC State at Pittsburgh coming up in game 2 of our double dip. Little against Wardenberg. In traffic, tough shot, got the roll. He's dressed, will not play today as he continues to try and recover. Johnson the miss, and Brooks gives Carolina a second chance. Little had a notion and didn't take it. He will now. Carolina leads.
Stepped up his production and offense too, so you want to keep him on the floor.
Lawrence couldn't finish through traffic. Here's Little around, likes the contact, the basket.
But if you're Jim Larinaga, this is the time where you want the ball in your playmaker's hand. I love the fact that he took his time, got to a spot and elevated for a knockdown jumper.
6-point game. Little off the Brooks screen, all the way to the basket. Nassir Little with 9.
Defense a little late to recover, Brandon Robinson. And they're past Saturday's number of 24. And a sarcastic cheer coming from the North Carolina faithful here, recognizing that number. That's what makes rivalries rivalries, even when one team has dominated the series of late. Little comes up. Drop rolls in.
Nah, if I'm North Carolina, I can live with that. That's a tough shot.
Beverly's been outstanding in the first one.
He sure has.
This needs a little more help. Little, oh, what a look. Cameron Johnson.
You're calling it a sucker punch, though.
Yes, because I'm a sucker, and you punched me.
He saw the gloves. He knew I was wearing gloves.
Freshman Kobe White to the senior Luke May. Missed it with the left hand. Another opportunity, and it's good at the buzzer for Little.
Banks trying to help with a high screen. Alvarado through traffic. Pushed it up, missed everything.
He's looking for the foul, and that's normally not a good play.
White from May. Into the corner, catch and shoot. Little, a triple. Here's Little slashing in from the wing. Couldn't finish. Second chance, good. And the foul is right. The lead is 28 and deflected by Little. Here's Woods with Brandon Robinson. Back for Little. Scoring run is now 34-15 as Curtis Haywood gets his first field goal.
And Georgia Tech offense in the last couple of minutes, Wes, has been one-on-one, driving the ball to the basket.
Little trying to get by Gay, does, and scores.
And Banks.
Wabisa Beatty. Wide right. Doesn't shoot many threes, but he's 45% on 14 makes this year. Foul, and count the bucket.
With Robinson with 3, that takes their floor leader off the court. What a steal.
After that cross-court pass by Ty Outlaw. Do you know who's number 1 in the league? Quiz each other. You know who's number 1 in the league in rebounds?
John Mooney from Notre Dame, who had 19 rebounds in this building, which tied the high by an opponent in the Deanie Smith Center.
A terrific year. Notre Dame team that's had difficulty with it. He said he'd just like to see a little more. You know, he talks about wanting better defense and wanting more emotion. So they kind of lack that killer personality, if you will, that Tyler Hansbrough brought or Jock Vaughn brought when he coached at Kansas. Said the guys are almost too nice. Little is 14, his third straight game in double figures. Alexander Walker the miss, and the rebound snatched by Kobe White. Under 9 minutes to go. Little, the crowd loves it. Robinson, a three. And on the Virginia Tech side, Blackshear has 17 rebounds. That is a career high by 2. That matches his career high. The freshman had 21 against Elon early in the year. That's right. Kerry Blackshear has been everywhere. He's been a real bright spot for Virginia Tech. Yeah, he's had a double-double. And on the finish, May.
Never to lose track of number 13 in Carolina blue.
Carolina not recognizing they had Luke May on the backside with Chris Lights matched up against him at the bottom of the paint.
High-low, made a Little.
But
that's
May,
where they want difficulties in a game like this one especially. But now Little and May both have 3 fouls for Carolina. Luke May stays on the floor. And here is Nassir Little just off the bench. Carolina is going to dominate the glass in this game. And he said it was twofold, Corey. He said, A, on the offensive end, don't miss shots. And on the other end, he said, make UNC play longer offensive possessions and reduce the total number of possessions as Nassir Little scores.
For the Nuggets, he's coming off a 40-ball, a 40-point game against the Portland Trailblazers.
I've forgotten which game it was last week. Nassir Little. We'll talk about him in a minute. Nassir Little. That was more amusing than Roy did.
He's still a little red over there on the sideline.
1-point game. We've got a good one here tonight in Chapel Hill as we head toward the 9-minute mark. East Davis, LaFonso Ellis, Brooke Weisbrod, glad to have you with us. Super Tuesday in the ACC. Brandon Robinson's knocked down 3 triples tonight. Notre Dame closed quickly. That was a great split by May and another dunk from Little. Bounce for Luke May. He's got it right at that ACC. And Mooney with good defense. But Little on the offensive glass. Shot clock at 2. Hub firing. And Notre Dame had cleared out of there with a wild shot to get back on defense to make sure the Heels didn't get anything going in transition. Nassir Little does not care about your plan. He scores and one.
At the top so TJ Gibbs can have a chance to turn the corner.
And Luke May just takes it away from him. The senior making a big-time play. Little on the run. Nassir Little.
Speed has been on the bench with Kobe White out with those 2 fouls. But they can do a better job guarding. This has not been a good effort so far for North Carolina defensively.
Dwayne Sutton, one of the underrated players, is in Cameron Monday to take on Duke as Ryan McMahon knocks down a corner 3.
How about that? He looked like Steve Nash dribbling the ball underneath, didn't give up his dribble, and as soon as he let it go, he became a shooting guard and immediately went to the corner. North Carolina did not react to it.
Little in the post right now using his strength. Good. Tough jumper. Really tough shot by C.J. Bryce.
That's a really good challenge also by Leaky Black on the white and blue.
Gamble by Johnson. White comes away with it. White wanted a foul call, didn't get it.
It's been a very physical game today.
And a long stretch without a whistle, too. You're going to immediate timeout coming to the next whistle. Shot clock's at 7. Little inside.
In double figures, and he's the first Pitt freshman to do that. You can struggle if you don't. That helps. You can drive the ball to the basket and throw it to a guy who can dunk it. But that's part of the pieces to the puzzle that Jeff Capel and his staff have to put together.
So you certainly can't fault the effort of the Panthers this afternoon.
For either side. On the line, it's turned away. Here goes Little. Jams.
There's a guy
Look, he doesn't put up big-time numbers, I understand. But with his length, his ability to elevate, he's a guy that should want some heavy minutes for Harvard. And this feels like a Robert Baker game.
Count the bucket and...
Sometimes you watch the game and you just know a shot's going in because you executed good offense. The extra pass from Juricic allows Juzang to take the high percentage look from distance.
Fun matchup to watch here. Baker on Johnson.
Length on length.
Juricic tries to stop Little. For Harvard, his first. May with it. He's got a game-high 12. Thought about the three. Instead, shovels it.
Saturday.
That is one of the best basketball rivalries in the entire sport.
Kentucky-Louisville?
Yes, no question.
Dan Dockich will be the roving reporter. We'll see how the Louisville faithful treat him. The rim. Williams catch and shoot. No, sir!
Really done a nice job on Brajkovic. He's really struggled tonight. The length has bothered him.
That first possession, second half, Davidson made a concerted effort to get the ball into him. As Little was not going to. Ekwu sinks his first three of the year. Suddenly, it's a 21-point game.
Ekwu is the only senior on this roster for Bob McKillop.
Yeah, this should be a good team for years.
Hop in your step, whether it's just because you have a hop in your step or not.
Oh, nice play, stepping in. White.
Kobe coming the other way.
Baker on the floor. Nobody protects the rim.
Little underneath.
Nobody spoke. No.
Ahead to Higgins. And now Travis will try a three. Rebound Luke May.
Not a bad look in the delay.
Brandon Robinson has to give it up.
Tough pass.
Too many passes and a loose ball in Kentucky. And finally it comes free somehow to Nassir.
Man, he was a no-show defensively against Michigan.
Clark short on that jumper. May able to save it. And Woods ahead for North Carolina. Closing it on 13 to go first half.
Little's got great ability. He can jump. He can fly to the goal. Good offensive player. And really playing with purpose.
Gonzaga just 2 for 9 from 3. That's been part of the problem in this one. One of the best offenses in the country by Ken Palm's offensive efficiency. #1 in the nation coming in.
Well, Ken is certainly the guru of all those stats.
Oh, loose ball and it ends
good. And today North Carolina has just played tremendous.
Little steps inside, shot short, offensive rebound, left.
Carolina has dropped 2 of its last 3, lost to Texas, lost to Michigan. And it's kind of weird the way the schedule is broken down. And it's the way it is in college basketball to a degree that you have lots and lots of games in November, and then for a variety of reasons, not so many in December. And Carolina, Corey, this year, as you know, there's Nassir. But I set the DVR and watch it in full when I get home.
Oh, okay.
That's the usual plan.
Do you try not to see the score?
Not anymore.
Okay, you don't even bother with that anymore?
Many years ago, I gave up with that.
Every time he sees her and has the opportunity to see his mom in the stands watching this game, just an inspiration to him. It's not seeing Little as an inspiration to me. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Love to see the big man on the break.
Manley missed. Little doesn't.
Look at Rome. Boy, really upset with them defensively.
Let's see how Carolina responds to their first bout of adversity here tonight.
Oh, what an atmosphere. What an atmosphere.
Nassir Little with a long...
Better from a defensive standpoint. You don't always notice it because the offense is generally so good.
And they're not getting much off their defense.
Strong move to the...
Hands very patient. Great find.
Boy, his dribble drive.
Little get back. Oh, my goodness. Little... Looks like Luke will be back on the floor.
And Manley just does not look for a shot at all when he gets it. He is only a passer. Little sold it, I guess. Yeah, it did. And it was a veteran move by May. That was a phantom foul.
Yeah, it was.
So Riley back on the floor now, number 2, and he's out there checking Nassir Little, who has played, as you mentioned, big of late.
There's that pull-up game. Nice fill.
Riley. Good defensive work by Luke May.
Yeah, made up for not being in the passing lane initially.
Little. Oh, what a move. 24 now for him. In traffic, Nassir Little gets that one off.
I should say, right?
Yeah, played for Ed Conroy at Tulane.
Well, they've handled the back screen pop extremely well. Great communication skills, exchanging.
Here's Little on a drive, and he pulls up.
And one. He's got that middle game, this kid.
Tantalizingly hanging on the rim. It's a 4-point game. Quickly, Nassir Little. Count it. Wow. Down to 1. Timeout with 3 points.
And he's just listed at 6'1", 6'11" for Manley. Carolina shooting 58% for the game. There's a
get up for some games, but then you soon learn how to play hard the entire time.
Tar Heels in scramble mode. Nas Little gets the rebound. 3 from Blackman. He'll knock it down.
And as you mentioned the stat about rebounding, it's all about effort. And St. Francis has said, hey, the only way we have a chance in this game is if we get the offensive rebound. So they put in effort to try to go after the boards.
Current 7-0 run for the Red Flash. Entry pass from Woods. Knocked away. Little gets it and finished. 6.5 rebounds a game. Here's King taking it to the hoop. Manley strong on the rebound. Has it knocked away from behind, though. Tar Heels come away with it. Williams the lob for Little! For Kobe White for North Carolina. Woods has really had a really good year this season, despite not getting the starting job as May feeds it down the middle. Time it's Wolford. Lob for Little. Got to come back down with it, but that's okay. He'll go to the line. Game by St. Francis.
There's that leaping ability again.
Tar Heels pick up the loose ball. Johnson for 3. Offensive rebound. Little with the putback.
It's in a catch and shoot. Too strong. Little to follow.
Good, nice job getting back.
There's another turnover by the Golden Eagles. Lead ahead. Here is Little.
Go in. It drew Manley off to try to block the shot that left the flat wide open.
Tough shot in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I was gonna ask you about that. I saw that, and I was wondering if there was ever going to be a Nick Saban high school.
Up right away. Instead, he brought the shot blocker back into the play.
And Carol's concerns. Nice baseline drive by Bryce Wills. Oh, I've got concerns. Don't you worry. Midway point of the first half. 9-point lead. Make it 11.
Champions in North Carolina history, but not the best defender they've ever had. And I think they can get a little bit better defensively, even than last year's team.
Ship the Dean Dome. Changes that were made during the offseason.
Surprised they could find the space without any banners.
Sebring. Rebound down to Manley. North Carolina running as it typically does. Little for 3. There's Kundratas. Little 39 last night.
Just really just a matchup nightmare.
There's Manley. He's provided some nice shooting the ball very well, but still down by double figures against UNC. And the
And obviously, once he got to Davidson, the rest is history, and going to go down as arguably one of the forcing things. And a lot of times with young players that are as talented as he is, they try to force the game. And
look out! Ago against Kentucky. Nassir Little. They'll turn.
And point guard play, but I think also, as we take a look at another steal, a containing dribble penetration. Again, when they get up against ACC competition, obviously they're going to have a lot more tests prior to ACC play. Can they contain dribble penetration? I think what makes you great and separates you, the ability to knock down jumpers. And
I think the Kobe White that you see early is going to be a different player late as he gets more experience. But what are they going to do at the center position? Are they going to continue to play the traditional two-big lineup, or will they play a small lineup with Nassir at the 4?
Well, Nassir's in there right now, and he has the ball. Number 5 in blue. Pull-up jumper. And he's got his first bucket as his second bucket of the night, a little Euro step from the senior. Little